Oh yeah, I did. I bought a talent too. Improved stunning blow. It's even worse. No, it's improved stunning blow. Allows me that if I deal strain damage with melee or brawl, I can spend a triumph to stagger a target for 1 round, which actually is useful, as opposed to knocking down. So if I triumph and I deal strain, I can stagger once per triumph. Or once, and if I have 2 triumphs, it can be 2 rounds. Is that how I understand it? Age of Rebellion, page 97. But it's only with my melee and brawl checks, so it's not a big one. I wouldn't worry about it. I'm gonna roll our destiny here. That might be worth using our reputation or duty. Okay.
Surprised they even have it.
Yeah.
No.
So pretty much like I will pretty much like there'll never be a combat where you couldn't bind something that you can interact with in any way.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Whew.
Okay, I think I got.
Assuming I roll enough die. Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah. What's the limit of extreme range?
What's that?
I mean,
say it again.
There's obviously there's like a range band beyond extreme and
strategic range in space.
Yeah.
On the ground, I think strategic range exists on the ground too, right, Rigel? It would,
yes.
Like strategic range on the ground would be like artillery, like that you couldn't even like see, like artillery in World War I could like could kind of figure out how far away something was and launch a shell at it, and so it could strike, but it could not interact at all. It was so far away. So that would be like, that's like range band like 5.
Yeah.
Which is like technically if Roquan pushes something 1 range band farther away from extreme, I guess he's pushing it to strategic. Pushing it like beyond what you can see, I guess, if we're having a fight in like a desert.
That'd be a weird thought.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
we will interpret as we go. Remember, strategic is that's bringing in Genesis rules, like rules is written in Star Wars, Force and Destiny, and Edge of Empire, blah blah blah, is extremes as far as it goes, which is kind of why the tree is built like it's built. The one thing, how many of you guys have the Genesis rulebook? I think Rigel does.
No.
All right. Just because I was like, there's some cool. I've been reading through the hacking rules because last session, like Mookie was really like swinging her hacking skills around, and I really kind of felt like I was just kind of like making things up off the cuff on it, and sometimes they felt a little bit like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll say, like, I don't know if the rest of the time we're playing, Mookie is always going to be able to tap into any droid's brain that's in any room ever, always, because that's really powerful. So I was kind of like, oh, like what are hacking rules? And so there's some interesting ones that I just kind of breezed through. So I haven't fully like integrated them in my GMing, toolkit, but there's some interesting things that it talks about in terms of like power of certain like firewalls and security systems. So there's this element of like yes, you can do that, here's the difficulty, and the power of the system is like how many successes you'd have to like knock down a firewall and things like that. So there's some interesting ways to play with just kind of the dice rolls, etc. I guess it could be with almost anything, but specifically with hacking. And then there's some counter hacking stuff, like if the system realizes that someone is hacking in it, then there's some like reverse hacking that can happen and things like that, which is also in Edge of the Empire Special Modifications book, has a couple pages on that as well.
Could we depend on you to help guide us through it if you want to use it just as GM?
I'm gonna, like, I've glanced through them, so I think if there's like hacking calls going forward, I begin kind of introducing some of that in. And it's kind of nice because, I mean, in some ways it's like almost like I love like Jeff saying what he's wanting to do, and then me kind of being able to tap into like a rule set that I could kind of be like, okay, yes, you can do that. You're going to need to roll 2 successes to be able to do that. And not even like labeling it like, that's if sysops is doing a protection maneuver. So it's kind of cool, but it's some more framework to work from, because honestly, like, I think my brain, I guess like I haven't watched enough movies with hacking, and I don't do enough with computers that I'm like, you're hacking. I don't have lots of tricksies to throw at you, as I feel like if you're having a gunfight or a space fight, and I can kind of envision like what would be happening when I'm having to conceptualize like what's happening in a computer. I'm like, I don't know, you're hacking it. So anyway, so that's there. One thing that Jeff and I talked about was like, Mookie doesn't have slicer equipment right now. That was left on the Rampart, and it got burned up in an explosion. So I'm going to say that when that big droid melted down and cast those three threat and self-destructed, that completely melded the Mookie's slicer gear. So just to emphasize that Mookie does not have slicer gear. The reason I'm doing that is because slicer gear is very similar to toolkit, and it's similar to medicine kit. In Edge of the Empire, it kind of talks about right tool for right job. And so you can do things. You can hack, and you can slice, and you can heal, and you can do mechanical things, even if you're doing it with your bare hands. But that's another like interpreted like setback or difficulty or things like that. So it's just going to be when I'm talking about Mookie doing hacking things, that may be another setback thing that I throw out there is like, you don't have slicing gear. And just since I haven't been doing that so far, just to like narratively make up for it, is like, oh, when that droid blew up, there was a surge that came through the system, and it melded the little hacking equipment that she had. So she's going to have to get her hands on new hacking gear, new slicing gear specifically, which can be purchased, found, or made, crafted. So just saying that, just because I hadn't been thinking of that, but I should be thinking about that in the same way, thinking about a toolkit for mechanical checks or thinking about a med kit for medicine checks. It's just if you don't have one, it's a little bit harder. So they're just kind of like retroactively catching that one up. Buck, your duty rolled, I believe, so your wound threshold went up 2, and everyone else goes up 1 from baseline for this this session. Things that were procured last session, just to be straight, Ted walked into a room and found a twice broken mechanical Dianoga. That's a tool that you'd use on a spaceship, and it takes a couple setbacks off of checks to heal strain. So it'd be like if you're trying to heal strain on a ship, it would make it easier if it was functioning appropriately.
So and he also being beaten up by a Dianoga way back on. When Ted actually got slapped.
Yeah. Well, now he has a little mechanical one that has a lot of arms and makes it easier to fix things on a ship if he fixes it up. And he also found like a little reconnaissance remote that basically is something that like can fly around and like can be an eye in the sky and transmit some data back to a receiver, which I'll say you have the receiver as well. It's broken as well, but you did find those 2 things. Ted was quite the tech procurer. It's almost like it's his duty. He also found a data pad recall in the commander's room that even though it was an average computer's check to get into, it was proving mighty tricky to open up. So it's kind of it's like still on the login screen and hasn't been cracked yet. And those are the things that Ted found. I was just remembering those things. And you guys got the Varakin out of the prison, and kind of he seems to be hellbent of kind of marching towards the opening in the ground of the mining pits, because he had told you that he wants to find his people, and so he began walking off in that direction kind of at the end of your last session. Presently you guys are kind of you're in the atrium looking, I think you're kind of walking out the front door of the base, and kind of off in the distance, maybe medium ahead of you is this old Barakin who walks with a wooden stick. He's about 9 foot tall. It's a big grayed praying mantis looking thing. And yeah, there's no conflicts to roll. Any other questions? Any other things to add before we get going? Okay, and I think I've heard everyone's mic has worked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
if you have a music playlist you want to post, Ian, feel free to
go. Yeah, I'll send it your way.
Okay. Everybody roll Destiny?
Oh, everyone roll Destiny. Thank you, Rihel.
Is it 3 and 3?
Gregor, I just sent you the playlist. And
gotcha.
3 and 3. All right. Ooh. I just have to refresh my beer by grabbing something from this fridge, and I will be back in 1 second. Nope, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 8 seconds. All right, guys, what's gonna happen tonight? All right. Pause this, and here we go. Anything I need to do special, Greg, or should I just get her started?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm not playing the music in the background for copyright reasons.
This is the Shepherd's Sling, June 2nd, 2022, episode number 57. And we are back, looking down at the volcanic surface of Mount Khlisto at its peak. Our intrepid heroes are gathered at the entry of the Consortium Imperial Joint Headquarters, watching the Elder Varakin maneuver stiffly and arthritically towards the opening of the mines in the distance. The rain has stopped, leaving a humid sensation in the air. The sun is out, fully bright and quite hot. Earth terms, probably about 95 degrees Fahrenheit and 95% humidity, beginning to bake this area. A slight breeze fills the heroes' nostrils with the sulfuric smoke and gases emanating from the large hole in the middle of this area that they are exploring. And the camera zooms in on our PCs gathered, and the camera close up on Buck Blitzer as he notices.
As I notice, a cop.
Say that. I missed what you said.
Oh, does he notice a comm? Is that what you're
Vibrating in his pocket.
referring to?
He notices.
Yes. So it pulls out his vibrating data pad. Or yeah, how does this come through? This is getting a comm?
You're getting a recording on your comm link. It's coming through.
Yes. Yes. I'm getting something standing outside this headquarters. And it's a long message. He's standing there listening to Ember's voice. And
Can you put it on speaker, Buck?
yeah. Want me to read it?
Sure, you can read it, and I will pop it up as you're reading it. What you're hearing.
Sure.
It is Ember's voice.
Ember. Yes. Captain Blitzer, what is the status of your mission? I am reaching out to you as leader of the Kurds. I cannot risk sending multiple encrypted comms, so I trust you will serve as point. Commander Oli has been in back to stasis for nearly 2 weeks, but we are having a hard time keeping him conscious long enough to extract information. Several of the commandos brought aboard the Redemption have succumbed to their wounds and the ravages of the Rampart's disease. We need a cure for this Project Divik contagion. It seems the viral load begins to steadily multiply as the days and weeks progress. Please keep Sergeant Yedman safe. I fear he may not have much more time. Hopefully you have found ample Bacta to keep him alive. The Redemption has been encumbered recently by many of the survivors from Gorman. We are running very low on Bacta. What have you found out about Neuro? N-U-R-R-O. We are in desperate need of healing supplies. Have you been able to assist Morbo, the scouting place center, Department for Intelligence needs a better foothold on Thyferra. Do you think you will be able to get her what she needs to make this happen? Please advise. Be vigilant. The Empire is beginning to sweep the mid-rim much more aggressively. It seems the Emperor feels military dominance and violent suppression are the bastions of his regime. Sadly, it appears to be a powerful strategy indeed. Gorman was an example, but I am sure many more systems will feel his wrath in short order. We must stop him.
God. Beginning to feel like the inside of Ember's diaper. Don't they have other rebels that can help them? We're in trouble.
Yeah, are we the only ones on the payroll here?
Guys, I don't feel so good. I gotta lay down.
Maybe we shouldn't have told him all that.
I've got one more tank of special back to juice if you want. I could probably fish around for an impromptu enema kit for full potency. It'll bypass your liver if I give it to you. Is he awake? Wait, Ted, you want it in the mouth or which orifice?
What? Don't pee on me. Don't pee on me.
What? No, I'm back to.
It's not as bad as you think, trust me.
Okay. What?
That is coming around.
Oh, my eyes.
Yeah, and the bright sunlight of the Thyferran midday, Ted is reacting to strongly, and he attempts to cover from the bright lights. Ted, let's go ahead this mission. Let's do a hard resilience check here. Let's see what's happening on the inside.
Oh, my resilience. I feel it fading.
His muscles are spasming again. Those hands going into extension flexion, and his calves cramping, and his eyes feeling twitchy, and the world is too bright.
Hard, right?
Hard.
Oh, it's a threat.
All right, just take a strain.
All right.
Ted, can you open your mouth for me? So I reach into my pack and fish out this big glass tank of blue, not milk, just clear blue liquid, and unscrew the canister's top. There you go. All right, Ted, this is not my urine, so swallow. And I start pouring it into his mouth a little bit at a time. Not like waterboarding, just kind of nursing him.
If you
baby wampa.
Thank you for being gentle. I'm impressed you can control your flow so well.
that was the Bacta that the apprentice Varakin had thrown some extra herbs into, so that's gonna heal 3 strain. That's the end. That's the end of the Bacta.
Oh, I dumped it all. Okay. Got it.
Well, Ember's going to have to wait to get a response from us because we're going to have to move quickly. We better follow this big old bug down this hole. Yes,
we're gonna do it.
I agree.
We're gonna free these Bracken. This is quite the gaping hole, and I've seen a lot of gaping holes, and this is one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
You can say that again.
What's so funny over there?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
Back on Tree Lure, we've got some large pits that go deep into the earth.
You're just a walking innuendo. You know that, Vod?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Mookie, do you want to send the walker down first?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Do you want me to take it in, or do you think?
Sure. I don't know if we can fire up the other one from in there. Have you tried rooting through that computer control unit?
No, not yet. So Mookie's going to go up to the other one and climb on in if she can.
So the one that Ted brought is over here, kind of near the headquarters, and that's the one. That one is still like running, and its door is open. He hacked that one.
Okay.
And it's got a unit in it that I've communicated to you that will control the other one if we can get access.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna hop into the door that's open. And she's gonna try to get control of the other unit from that.
All right, so this is so there's a master slave switch on the ceiling that flicking it. You have a heads-up display in front of you that now there's kind of like this like iPad-sized computer screen in front of you that's asking for master slave control and password.
Okay, she's going to. Could she do like a knowledge check, or not a knowledge check? But she's trying to think. She's gonna see if she can just somehow hack into that system by not using a password.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of bypass that screen.
Yep. And it's put up a firewall because of previous failed attempts at kind of breaking into it.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately Mookie's slicing gear has gone away, and she's trying to fully bypass this system, so it's going to take some time. There's definitely a time crunch here.
Okay.
So this is going to be a once upgraded daunting computer check with no slicing gear and elements of a time crunch and also a unfamiliar interface. So this is to get this thing started. It's gonna be 3 setbacks. So it's gonna your negative dice are gonna be R, PPP, KKK.
Yep.
Vod's gonna say like, Mookie, in my experience, breaking decryption, the universal like stormtrooper password is like Jawas suck, with just no C, just straight K. I don't know if that's a boost or a setback, but.
Sorry, already rolled.
K or X?
4 failures, 1 advantage. So you are not able to master to hack this thing in the absence of any gear to hack it, and just like typing on the screen to get in. That did not work. And 4 failures. It is now noticed a couple of hack attempts now. So it may be a little bit harder to get that master slave up next time. But what's the advantage?
The advantage is. Can I pass strain on to somebody? No. Or
yeah, you can give Roquan strain.
Can I heal strain? I guess.
Yeah. Would you like to? Yeah. What did she feel in that attempting to type into the computer screen?
She felt pretty good. She felt almost more of a connection to the Force than she did to the computer, and she's feeling that energy kind of bleed into Roquan's Force sensitivity and healing him a strain.
Roquan is up on the ledge, and he's still pretty upset with the whole group for not just leaving and trying to save all these. So he sees Mookie down there being super optimistic, just hoping she can crack into this super pessimistic situation, and feels like, hey, you know what? If she can give it a shot, maybe I can.
Yeah, heal a strain. Thank you, Roquan. That was very nice.
Oh, sometimes he's in a good mood.
Mookie's gonna go until Ted. I'm not happy luck with getting the master slave. Getting past the master slave.
It's fine. Let's just drive it into the pit.
Alrighty.
Not like down the ramp
take
though.
the stairs.
Right.
All right, so yep, yeah, go ahead. Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, Mookie closes the door and starts to kind of play around with the controls, getting used to it. Like, oh, this is how it walks. This is how to swerve the head. This thing has guns on it, right?
No, it has a tractor beam on it, and something that is tractored successfully when it's still in the tractor. It can crush, which is which would be another gunnery check, and it's I think damage 5, crit 5, gunnery attack.
Ted, do you want to be in this thing? I don't. I'm not really good at gunnery, so.
Yeah, I can climb in. I might pass out though.
Meanwhile, I'm going to beckon Buck and Roquan over to this first set of stairs down into the pit. Let's go this way, guys. Brandishing my vibro axe.
And I do just need to check. I think yeah, the crew of one of these things is one pilot and one co-pilot / engineer. So two PCs could be inside one hunchback. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So Vod, you're walking to the edge, and that's kind of where right now the Varakian is kind of standing at the edge, just kind of like looking over, like making kind of like chittering noises, kind of looking down and taking it all in. And Vod, you've caught up with him?
Yeah, with Bug Eater, I'm like, I turn to the droid, my translator droid. I'm like, kind of looking back and forth. So where are they being kept, your fellow Vrakin? Oh, great grizzled gray one.
And he just kind of like he kind of points just down, and he says basically, I saw them led down into there, and then they led me, and he points back towards the headquarters, and they put me into the small cave in that place. The last I saw my fellow Vratics, they disappeared over the edge of this hole.
So you're saying deeper into the gaping hole is where we need to go. Got it.
And guys, just warning, I saw a droid down there a few levels. Just fair warning.
Was
You
it
ready?
armed?
It had arms.
Awesome.
But I didn't see any weapons.
I'm not afraid
And I'm
of
gonna
armed droids.
And I'm gonna switch you in roll 20 to kind of the now that we're kind of looking down into the hole, I'm gonna kind of switch to that one right now. And I think we said Vod is at the ledge right now, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm over by the. I'll put myself.
So.
Down. Hold on.
So the Varatics is kind of standing there. Vod's standing there, and I think off in the distance right now, I think is everything else.
As Ted's like struggling to climb into the ladder of the digging machine, Buck's gonna go over and kind of help him out, help him get up the steps.
All right, just
And he's gonna lean in close and look him right in the eyes. and say, "You can make it, buddy. Hold on. I'll be right behind you, and we need you. You need to drive this thing because you're the freaking best driver I know, and we're gonna be just fine." Inspire him.
Thanks, partner. Can Rokon?
Are you wanting to do an inspiring rhetoric there?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, roll it.
Man.
Yeah,
Roll.
for sure.
Whether or not you roll success, I'm inspired. Whew.
But you are unfortunately not close enough.
I could hear you.
Right.
He did it over the
It was over the comm, yeah. He forgot he was holding down the button.
I don't think it any bonuses. I always forget this.
I think it's an average leadership check.
Oh. It is, but I can't remember. I get bonuses from certain things.
I don't know. I forget
not
your
the
talent.
jewelry. Not the jewelry.
I mean, there are talents that give bonuses down the road, purchasable.
Not that. It's
Did
just
you get
straight
teeth
up.
whitener?
Yeah. All right. You can heal 2 strain.
Thank you. I'm already at a 0. I've just been role playing being sick.
Well, I'm just playing inspired.
Back really helped.
I was about to
It did.
urinate on you. Jeez,
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
And the 4 advantages on that roll, I think those can heal 1 strain on additional
People nearby.
Yeah, I'll say everyone heal 1 strain from hearing that,
Yeah.
hearing like Buck kind of rallying you as troops.
Yeah, it's only supposed to be 1. So you're right. Yep.
So we'll spread that one out. Make it worth your while for doing that. These
people rely on us to save them. We can do it, Kurds.
Yep.
Captain Blitzer.
Yes, they may eat the flesh of other people, but that's just not what they do. They don't even know that they make Bacta. And so let's free them.
So I
Bacta's good.
I look down into the pit, feeling really inspired, wondering if I can jump down a level or 2, seeing what I see. I know it's dark and there's lava towards the bottom, and I feel the heat, but I'm wondering if I can see that robot or what else is wandering around down there.
So you looking down there, you see, kind of across the hole, you see that crane that has a couple boxes, held from its cable, and those boxes are, probably, 6 foot by 3 feet by 3 feet, kind of long open rectangles that are kind of held by these cables. You see that there's 3 distinct openings that look, what do they look, 10 feet tall. You see that there is a control system a couple layers down. Interestingly, you're not quite sure what this is all about because you heard Ted say that there was a droid down there. You presently don't see any. You don't see anything moving. You don't see anything down there right now. And you do feel the heat coming up, and you actually kind of your breath catches in your throat as that sulfuric air comes up towards you, and it's sharp. It stings your lungs as it kind of comes in, and you feel the heat wave come up. And looking way down at the bottom of this hole, you do see like some actually flowing magma.
Okay. For Vod, it's a little bit comforting. Like his planet has sort of this wash of heat feels pretty good. He's sort of encouraged. Feels good down here. If you guys can't hack it, let me know. But I got this. I don't see any droids down here, Ted. I do see this crane, though. I might just try to write it down. Vod kind of.
See any PPE?
PPE?
Masks. Protective equipment, personal
No, I don't see much of anything. There's a couple caves in the wall. It's I mean, it sort of looks like this game that I used to see on the vids called Wampakong Junior, but I don't see any PPE. Vod's gonna head off towards the ladder to go down the first level too.
Okay. And yeah, and those and kind of on this drawing, there's I have ladders. Let's say that they're kind of like we talked about this like a couple sessions ago. Like they're kind of ramps, steel ramps that are about 6 to 10 feet wide, made out of corrugated steel that the walker could walk down. That's about all that could fit on that. But
ladders, they're ramps.
instead of ladders, they're like ramps.
Okay.
It's a wheelchair accessible area.
Nice. Walker.
Convenient. Nice.
All right, so Vod's gonna work his way. I'm gonna just move myself down here, down the ramp and over, however far you'll let me go before I trip some damn alarm or some shit.
What do you see, Vod?
Instead of a big bright blur, I kind of see a big dark blur. It looks like a cave entrance over here right in front of me, in this pulley system attached to the crane. The control panel is below me another level, but you guys should get down here and check these. Maybe these caves are where the cells are. I'm really tempted to hop on one of these boxes just to see what would happen.
Go try it, bud. Let's see what happens.
Buck will follow down. Does it like as he enters this like gassy place? Does it feel like the deeper he goes, this could be like hazardous? He's like just breathing it in.
Doesn't feel. It does not. Does it would be like if you were in a garage where there's a lot of like gasoline that's been spilled on the ground and it's kind of a contained area. I'm not saying it's gasoline, but kind of that smell. You're like, I sure am inhaling a lot of fumes right now.
Yeah.
And if in this example, like in that garage, if it was a 2-room garage and that the other room is where all like the rags of oil and gasoline soaked rags are sitting on the floor, you might have a sense like if I go into that room, it's going to be even more powerful. Yeah. So your sense is as you kind of enter in here, it's like, wow, it smells sulfuric and it's warm. And I can tell that warmth and that sulfuric smell are coming from down there. And it's like extreme, maybe even beyond extreme down.
Sure.
And you can, so, whatever instinct you have for be like, that's the source of it that I can smell right now. I think that's just, I think as a incidental, I think that's what you kind of notice.
Mm-hmm. Can he maybe just do a quick glance around for like I said, like masks or like what the people from the consortium would have put on to go down the lower levels or anything like that, just for safety, if there's any of that around?
Sure. And let's say, there's this is a deep hole. There's a lot to look at here. There's lots of, crisscrossing scaffolding. This is a big place, ramps. Your line of sight is not crystal clear, and it's it gets darker as it goes down. So why don't we do a average perception check. As you look with the unaided eye, as you're just kind of looking down and trying to scan, that the sulfur in the air is actually kind of stingy to your eyes. And so let's take a setback on this.
Okay. Here. Nope.
So you don't see any PPE.
let's say he looking around notices that this is kind of odd on the perception. What would advantage be?
You see any like really critically interesting things that are not PPE or things that give you a detail or information?
Maybe he notices like some cables or something that might help us get up faster if we need to like get back up. Like, oh, that might help, like climb some stairs a little quicker, or
yeah, you see that you in kind of scanning in scanning the area, you're like, oh yeah, like that control box that's down there. I've seen these. I mean, you're a quartermaster. You've helped load like huge ships and things like that. And in many of those, there'll be a master control switch on a crane, but it'll also have an auxiliary control switch. And so you're like, oh yeah, like that control box. Like one of the things I know it can do is it can power the crane too. So you wouldn't have to be in the cockpit of the crane.
Okay, yeah.
It that there's controls for the crane just in that
kind
auxiliary control as well.
Remote.
It's a remote control.
Yeah, you can kind of run it remote. Yep. Nice. Yep. Yeah, that's sweet.
How's that?
The crane can be run remotely, just in case we need to probably get up or down. We can use that.
Nice.
Keep that in mind.
Where are the controls for that?
Are they up here?
One level below VOD, where VOD's walked in. You can see that control unit.
Clearly, okay.
Signaling it.
Okay.
And Roquan, what are you up to?
Guys, I'm not. I kind of have a problem with like deep, dark, small spaces. Do we have to go down here? I mean, is this necessary? Maybe we just call and they'll come up.
You could stand Overwatch, Roquan, but we got some back-to squirting bugs to save.
Maybe I'll. Looks like that little trigger thing down there in the second level. Maybe I'll guide that for you guys. If you need to get pulled up, I'll pull you back up. That way I can still see some daylight. So I'll kind of walk down to that second level to the controls.
And as you're walking down, you definitely you feel the heat coming up from the core and the magma, and the stench and the sting and the caustic nature of the sulfur, and your instincts are like you're not immediately like overcome by fumes or anything like that, but it's a powerful smell that's not 100% comfortable where you are right now. You're still breathing, you're not wheezing, your throat's not closing up, but you're like, this is not a very comfortable post.
Gotcha. Okay. He's gonna take his. I'm gonna take my belt pouch and just kind of wrap it around my mouth and my nose, so it at least helps me a little bit with the breathing. But that's all I figure I can do. So.
Okay. Let's go up to Ted.
Yeah, Ted is down, following Mookie.
All right, Mookie's gonna drive the machine down to the pit.
All right. And remember, this is a ramp that is it's fairly narrow for a machine to walk upon. So getting kind of this thing having good control of this thing is gonna require some driving skills. So who's driving this thing down in right now?
I'm the co-pilot, but I will take the driving.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. So yeah, if you just want to go down the ramp, if that's what you're doing right now, that's just going to be it's going to be the difficulty of your silhouette. So it's going to be average. Your silhouette is 2, and it's going to be average dangerous driving check with planetary piloting as your skill.
Great. Any setbacks?
Just it's the sun is so bright in your eyes right now that this is the way you're feeling. It's gonna give you a setback.
Okay.
Can I be assisting him in any way to maybe use my hands to block out some of the light for him?
Sure.
Pulling down the sun visor, something like that.
Yeah, take a boost.
One success for advantage.
You have control of this. You have control of this thing on the scaffolding, on the ramps. You can drive this thing down there. That's a success.
Yay.
Well, we're moving the hunchback down the pit. Can I kind of be looking around also to see if there's any masks, any PPE
in the hunchback?
Yeah.
Let's have Ted narrate his advantage.
Oh, sure.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, I got advantage from your help. And so I think that when you do pull down that visor, you find something.
For 4 advantages, yeah. You pull down the visor and you see this little. There's this behind the visor, in a plastic in a kind of a closed plastic door. There's a respirator. Kind of like what Han and Leia and Chewie wear when they're inside the space slug. And I'll put in Roll20 what you see up there. Mookie and Ted.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. So I just find what you guys find. Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it's there we go. Okay. And this is what Ted can see when Mookie pulls down the visor.
Is it in Rogue One or in Roll20?
In Rogue One.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's these are used by beings to allow breathing in conditions that would usually be asphyxiating. It's encumbrance 1, breath mask.
Yeah.
Cool.
What? You
Nice.
found one of them. I will say, just for gameplay, as long as the seals and the integrity of the Hunchback's cabin are present, it's sealed.
I guess I'll stop dangling my leg out the side.
Sure.
So would Mookie be affected by these asphyxiating?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You might not have a
All right.
mouthful, but you breathe through your skin or something.
And you guys are down kind of at the level with like VOD there. Ted?
Yes.
Walk down to
Mookie's gonna get on the comms and just tell everybody, "Hey, we got one respirator on the Hunchback. If we need it, things get worse as we go down."
Yeah.
Mookie,
Good find,
How
Mookie.
do you use a respirator?
Well, I just put it over where I would have a nose and mouth, and that's
That
where
works?
I breathe. Yeah,
Okay.
it works.
Yeah.
I've got another quick question. I know it doesn't have anything to do with this desperate situation we're in. Can I ask you now, or should I ask you later? It's about kissing.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you kiss on the Polis Masan? I don't know where your lips are.
So, well, I can show you
All right.
if you want. If you want to experiment sometime, we can.
I hadn't thought about that. But let's wait till we get back to the Dewey.
And the Varakin kind of has gathered with you guys on this first level. Buck, what are you up to?
Buck is kind of gonna follow Vod's lead at this point, I think.
So we've got Roquan is down at like some kind of panel. Everyone else is on that first layer.
What's in that cave, Vod?
Darkness, pain.
Darkness?
It's I can't really smell much coming from it, but it's kind of musty. I haven't actually gone in, but I kind of want to jump on the box. But I can go in the cave too. All right, let's go take a peek. Let's just check out this first one, see what's in there. So I'm gonna
Gentleman's peak.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna head over to this opening here and poke my head in.
All right, and it is very, very dark on the inside as you're trying to look in. There is almost like, for whatever reason, there's like more of a foul sulfuric scent coming out of this cave than what's coming from below you. At the very entrance, you are looking into. You can see about 10 feet in before the light fails, and then it's just dark.
Mookie's gonna hop out of the Hunchback, and she's gonna go up to the cave and use her cybernetic arm to see if there's any life forms in the cave.
I'm just gonna reach out and like poke around blindly.
Well, no, she's gonna be using her arm.
Yeah, you're sensitive.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
And medium,
Oh, yes.
medium from you and around. You are only picking up the life forms that you're with right now.
Okay.
You're able to tell that there's, Roquan downstairs. You all are on there, but medium into the cave, there's no life form that you're picking up.
Okay. And I'm going to just communicate that to everybody. No, it doesn't seem like there's life forms in there. As far as my arm.
Well, that settles it. I'm heading for the crane. And with that, Vod runs and jumps onto, which I assume is sort of an accessible crate dangling from the crane.
Yep. And what are you doing with that?
Vod's, intelligence 1. Vod assumes that it's just going to start going down, and if it doesn't, he's going to kind of shake it a little bit to try to make it start going down.
And it is, it's not moving right now, but it is a static. It's a line that has a little bit of tension in it because of the box that is at its bottom. So it's a climbable rope cable, and it would get you down like another level.
Vod,
Hey, can
what are
someone
you? What are you doing?
I'm trying to get this thing to go down.
I thought you were trying to make sure I wasn't the first one to die in the group.
I don't think this planet believes in gravity. I need some. Maybe it needs some mechanic. Maybe someone can make the switch work. That control panel down below. Is that how we operate the crane?
Yeah, Roquan.
Someone want to help me? I'm about to jump.
I thought the crane was controlled from up top.
No,
No.
I think these levers should do it. So I start to kind of jimmy with one of the levers and moving things around to see if that moves up or down.
All right, if you're trying to get in this thing, I want you to do an average computers check, Roquan, to get control.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
And you're gonna take one setback because like your eyes are really starting to sting.
One setback. Okay.
Oh gosh, we are
Nope.
not rolling.
Yeah, guys, I don't. Maybe someone else should take a look at this. Mookie, you know this stuff.
Yeah, Mookie's gonna head down to the panel, and she's gonna look at what's going on here, and kind of.
Well, see, this is what I tried. I tried moving this up and moving this back down, and it didn't do anything. So outside of that, it's all you.
We might need to turn it on first.
Oh.
Did you plug it in?
No, it's just the on switch. It's a control lock.
I know how to plug things in.
Do you mind, Roquan, if I give it a shot?
No. By all means, that's no. I'm gonna you get this going for me, and I'll operate it.
Okay.
So Mookie, as you walk down onto this second layer, that the heat coming up is quite striking to you. You actually feel kind of sweat, kind of dribbling underneath your suit, and there's a discomfort in the air that is. It feels like you're breathing air that is acidic. It almost leaves a taste on whatever part of your body tastes. But if you're trying to get into this thing, it would be an average computers check. It's going to be a one setback for the environment that you're in. It's hot. Your eyes are tearing. It's going to be another setback because it's had a failed check, and so it has a couple other defenses that are up. 2 setbacks.
Fun. And 2 purples and a setback. 2 setbacks.
2 setbacks.
Yep.
Mm.
Oh, what did I do wrong?
You put R dot instead of dot R.
Got it. Sorry.
We'll get it. Jeez.
Oh my
Ah,
It's not meant to be.
So hard.
These control panels are really hard to get into. You were not successful turning this thing on. What's your advantage?
my advantage is I forgot that I had the face mask with me, and so I put the respirator on.
Yeah. And
Don't worry about me, Mookie. You guard that mouth.
you put that on. And Roquan, I want you to do an average resilience check.
Yep. Okay.
Because this air is a little caustic, and you've been down there a while.
Any setbacks?
Nope.
One threat.
No, you passed it. No problem.
Yes.
No problem. But the kind of a cloud of heat just got kind of belched up from the bottom as one of those big bubbles of magma just popped, and it sent a more like just really caustic air coming up towards you. And so this area is it's gonna be a little bit more challenging to endure. Mookie has a face mask on and is not noticing anything.
Roquan's gonna head up once he kind of realizes it's getting harder to breathe. He's gonna kind of head back up to that top level there.
Okay.
If you
Hey,
need
Roquan.
to wait at the top, little man, I can explore and let you know when we need you.
Well, I just need a minute up here, guys. It's tough to breathe down there.
Hey, Roquan, just climb into the walker with me. It's fine in here, not being affected.
No, thank you, man. That's a really small space. I'll run down if they need me.
Oh, all right. Well, if you go all the way up, there's the other walker, and it might have some PPE in there too. So you might want to check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna all need some face masks, some respirators if we want to go much further. I'm definitely need mine on right now. Down here.
Vod's sitting in a kind of a complicated yoga position on top of the boxes, kind of stretching, and he's like, "Yeah, nope, not me. This is just like home. I'm fine."
Where are you at right now, Vod? Have you climbed? Have you tried to climb the rope now?
No, he's sitting on that top one, waiting for his friends to figure
So
out
you're
how
up-
to use a switch that you pull.
Okay. Yep.
Ted's gonna keep driving the walker down the ramp because that's still a possibility, right?
You have proven you have control of this thing and can basically move, like, as long as you don't run into something that's too small for it to get through, you can control it until otherwise mentioned.
All right. I got room in there for
Buck
one more.
hop in with you?
Yeah, come on, Buck.
Yep, Buck's hopping in. Shimmies up and in.
And the big Varakin just starts like coughing.
Bug Eater, what'd he say?
I am gonna go find my people.
Race you.
Hurry up doing it.
Buck, what are you up to?
He's sitting in the passenger seat, ready to. It's like, Ted, should we head down a little further?
Yeah.
We're safe in this thing, right?
Yep. How's that boss Fracken doing? If he dies, I'm probably gonna die.
Yeah, that's true. Can I yell at the Varakin? Hey, Varakin! You're gonna die if you keep going down there. You can't breathe. We'll get these guys out for you. Don't worry. Just wait up here.
Bug Eater translates that to him,
Buddy.
and he shakes his stick at Buck, and says, what he says? He says something like, the power of the moon goddess is with you. I can tell that you are strong, and you will save the day.
Aha. That's an awfully nice thing to say. Thank you.
Hey, Buck, maybe he's saying you
Tatakota,
should try
Tatakota.
flipping the switch, because I think Mookie and Roquan are overwhelmed, or at least Mookie's overwhelmed with the stench.
Hey, Mookie.
Yeah,
Are you okay down there?
I'm fine now that I have the gas mask on.
We
Okay.
can't lose to this Wampakong situation here. We got to just go down and check the caves, right?
I think we should search the Hunchback more for more masks. There must be more in there.
Master.
I'll say that in your searching in the Hunchback that you're in, you have found all the masks that are in that Hunchback.
Guys, we are
we'll be-
under time crunch here too. Bod's right. We better
Yeah,
get
we'll-
moving.
We'll be
And-
fine inside the thing. Vod's the only one that might get hurt, but he's eager to jump down. So
Mookie.
And I'm just
flip the switch
I
again.
GM reminder. We established this like 2 sessions ago, but it's been a while. Remember that these cave openings are big. Remember these cave openings are like Silhouette 2 big. So I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm just reminding you that like the walker does fit. And we said that like 2 episodes ago, but I'm just reminding you.
And
No,
it has.
just
Thank you.
I didn't re-say that, so I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that. Sorry.
And the Hunchback has lights, correct? Like head beams.
Yeah, it has headlights.
All right, Mookie's gonna try to, get the machine, the crane working once again.
For the love of Quay, I can see it from here. Just take that lever going up and pull it down, Mookie.
Yeah, that's what she does. She grabs the lever and pulls it down.
That's it, Mookie. Please.
You're attempting to get in again?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this thing it's been like unhacked. It's been it's had a hack twice on it that have not worked so far.
Mm-hmm.
So this is gonna be average, but it's gonna be upgraded once this time. And you are gonna take a boost in confidence from Vod, eyeballing what he can see on the main control system and the auxiliary control system that he's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna take just 1 setback due to not having your gear for being able to slice into stuff.
Oh, is this like I'm trying to hack into the? Okay. All right, ready?
She gets a setback for not having it rather than a boost for having it. Oh, gosh.
No, it goes both ways, Grego.
Am I hacking into it, or am I just kind of moving levers around?
Well, you don't have control of anything right now. It is a digital interface that allows you the mechanical.
Oh, okay, great.
You gotta kind of turn the thing on. There you go.
Oh, for the love of Quay, you did it.
You were successful in getting this thing turned on.
Healer.
And you have and the screen comes to life.
All right, I got it working, folks.
It's working. It's working.
The advantage, can I see on the back side of the control panel? There's another respiration mask.
For one advantage.
No. Okay.
No. You can see like a main there's a main screen that comes up on the interface. There's a main screen that has it has 4 things that you see on the main screen, and I'll just put it in Rogue 1 what you see. You see the main screen says it's got a few things.
Mine activity, crane operation, alerts, and log. All right, I'm going to go to crane operation.
Okay.
And I'm going to lower Vod down a level.
All right.
So I guess
and now he's down to the level equal with you. And though from Srialur and not minding hot, that sulfuric acid in the air is quite stinging to his eyes that he feels as he comes down.
Wait. I only went down 1 level. So I'm like
you're down equal to where Mookie is now.
1 more, Mookie. 1 more.
All right. Mookie does 1 more down.
All right.
Vod gets up and is like now in crane pose, sort of balancing himself and getting ready to jump.
So it
Little
lowers
Weequay trick.
VOD down to that level.
Ka-chunk. Oh my god, it's rank down here.
Yeah.
I swear it's not me. You guys, it's not me. Can Vod just dash over towards the cave? I don't know how Ted made it down here. I didn't realize he just used the damn ramps.
What?
But,
Ted's down there?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think Ted's.
How far has the walker been able to get?
Oh, well, you guys have narrated the walker to the first level so far. But if you want to narrate it farther, that's fine. Vod, tell us what you're doing, and then we'll move to what the walker's doing.
Vod dashes and whips Bug Eater, our translator droid, out of the pack and whirls it along with him, and is like looks into the dark cave and whispers, like, and tries to imitate the Vraken, and then turns to Bug Eater's like, "Hey, say in Vraken that help has arrived."
Okay, and we hear Bug Eater kind of yell into the cave like, and I want everyone to roll a vigilance check.
Oh, for God's sakes!
What did you do?
Yeah.
You yelled into the
Baby
cave.
Rancor.
All right.
All right, for anyone tracking here, we have a. Here, I can try to do this. We have a 2-0, 0-1, 2-2, 1-2, and a. Oh, Buck, man. 0-2. And then, Ian, whatever your
All right.
NPCs are going to roll. That thing looks big. Yeah, we can take a break before we get started on this, right?
If you'd like, yes.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Just those two, Ian?
Yep.
Okay. It's NPPP, NPP. NPC, 3 PCs, NPC, 2 PCs.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Transition to a little break.
All right. All right. And we all back?
I think
Right.
I don't see Rigel.
Oh, okay.
Lucendesi is gone. There he goes.
I'm back.
All right. So, your Weequay runs down to the cave entrance in this second cave, a cave that's about 12 feet, maybe 15 feet tall, a cave that he can see in maybe 10 feet, it's dark, much past that, and he's holding a bug eater in one of his hands, and it just yelled this reverberating sound in Vradic's language deep into the cave, which you hear echoed around. And as a retort, he hears he actually doesn't hear as much as he sees a couple of sizzling blaster rays come flying out of the mouth of the up the cave, out of the cave, and at him
From the dark.
from the dark.
Okay.
And they're coming from deep within the cave. Is he doing anything?
Vod's kind of always on edge, and he's going to spend one strain to dodge once, to upgrade it once.
Okay. And they've been kind of steeling themselves, knowing that there's intruders in the area, so they're gonna flip a destiny.
And we don't know what this is yet. This is just.
You really can't see in here very well. You're out in bright sunlight, and you're looking into a really dark cave.
Does the laser blast for just like a split second give me a little hint of
We'll see
like
what the
Rancor
dice.
holding
We'll see what the narrative dice tell us. As they do.
Rancor with the blaster. I know it.
All right.
Rancor shooting a light blast.
Light
blast
Rancor.
pistol.
I think that's it. And it all just cancels out. So you see two blasts just come like doo, 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 doo. And they do nothing strikes.
You use Destiny to upgrade that?
Yeah, I upgraded that once. Never works. Gosh, what do I type to flip the Destiny again?
Destiny L or K or I can't remember.
Exclamation part, Destiny.
Yeah, the good old exclamation part. Yeah.
Explanation part.
Exclamation point. If I can only speak words. All right, there we go.
There you go.
And all right, next PC.
So, just point of information.
Yes.
We didn't move down a level when I said I'm gonna keep going down the ramps the last time. Is it possible for us to?
You tell me where you are when all of this is when Vod started yelling into that cave. You guys can tell me where you guys were.
Okay, cool. I guess that. Well, I mean, Mookie kind of got out of the walker and then just. I probably moved down a ramp, but
okay.
I was expecting us to be kind of around Mookie when Mookie got out, and then moving down a level while Vod is standing on this box.
All right, so let's say you guys are maybe medium to Vod right now.
Sounds good.
And you're in the Hunchback, and Mookie is not. Is that right?
Correct. Buck and Ted are both in the Hunchback.
Buck and Ted are in the Hunchback, and all right. Which PC is up?
That's getting shot at.
Yep.
I don't have
You just
much
saw
to
like you just saw like bullets like come flying out.
Here, how about we walk up, Red, and shine a light in?
Yep. I was going to say, in theory, if I was, I moved in a range band and I was, let's just say, engaged, would I be able to see enough but have setbacks? Like, would I be able to see what I'm fighting with setbacks for darkness in some way?
There's going to be, yeah, if you do not have the ability to create lights, it's a very dark cave, and there will be setbacks.
Okay. But could I see, like, at least to know what it is, even though I'd have setbacks? Or do I swing into the darkness?
Depends on how close and what you're seeing. Yeah.
Engage. Okay. All right.
You're fighting in a, just imagine a room with no lights, and you're trying to like box somebody in it.
Yep. All right.
What would that be like?
It depends on how big of a flash the frag grenade I'm about to toss does. Go ahead, Ted. I think that's a good idea.
All right. Yeah, we'll just see if we can walk over there. I know
we're now piloting this thing.
Right.
All right.
So is it? Can I do a forced movement and then a reposition, or no?
I think so. Yeah, you're medium to the cave entrance and VOD right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think VOD is like in the entrance to the cave right now, and you'd be trying to walk into the cave, so that might be a little tricky. In terms of like being able to walk. Remember that we're on some pretty narrow catwalks.
Mm-hmm.
VOD is standing there right now. He just got blasted at. He's holding a droid in one hand, and you're trying to walk kind of through where he is if you're trying to go into the cave. So that could be tricky. That might require some piloting.
And so the entrance of the cave may be silhouette too large, but the catwalk and where he's standing blocking it is not. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have limited space here.
Cool. Can I incidentally be like, Mookie, do you have any, just wondering if you have any access to lights in this place, but we're going to shine a light in. And do you want me to do a dangerous driving?
So just let's get an idea of how far this thing can move. So you're medium to the cave entrance right now. And it's a movement, it's a speed 1, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So it can kind of cover that ground with its force maneuver and a reposition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so and I'll say you can like throw on the lights like, incidentally. I think your action would be you're trying to kind of like maneuver this thing without slipping off the edge and without like, kind of ramming VOD to a similar fate.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in the entrance to get your lights focused in. So it'll be a dangerous driving. It's going to be the silhouette 2. And the setback is you're trying not to step on VOD while you're doing it.
Great. Let's it's average. Let's flip a destiny though, just to make sure that we don't. Why not? So,
Oh yeah, there we go.
all right. 3 success, 2 threats.
So you are able to do this drive. You are at the front of the cave. You did not run over VOD.
Always good.
And the threats are when you kind of leaned in to look into the cave, the light that's on the top of your cabin smashed against the cave opening, and it diminished its kind of penetrance into the cave by a little bit, and so instead of being able to see like long into the cave, you're able to see medium into the cave, and so you are lighting up. You are now lighting up medium into the cave because your light's been a bit attenuated. That's the threats are the light got kind of smushed, and you in the cave, you see medium in. Let's see. On roll 20, can you guys see anything right now?
No.
Okay, good. And so you see with your lights, you are able to see kind of an empty cavern kind of opening up in front of you. You don't really see much. You don't see much else than that right now, but you do see you've got this part well lit. You're kind of peering in, if you will, from the entrance where you are, kind of right down here. You see, you guys are kind of down there.
I can't see anything.
And your light.
Zoom out.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, there's a little box.
Okay, hold on.
So you're
Gotcha.
your hunchback is kind of staring in. It smashed its light a little bit on the ceiling. So I'm gonna say the machine, functionally it's gonna take the machine just took a couple strain from that.
Okay.
And you're able to see about medium in. And the machine took two system strain as it smacked its head as it made that maneuver.
Okay. You want me to track it?
Sure, if you could track the hunchback.
Okay.
System strain, if you feel comfortable doing that.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
All right, next PC.
Can Mookie go? She's going to be on the computer.
Yes.
And she's going to click mine activity. She's looking to turn on lights, and she thinks mine activity might have some sort of able to bring up the lights in the caves as part of this mining activity.
Yes, and this. So you are. You are able to. Let's see here. Let's roll a. Let's see what you're able to do with your computers. And let's roll a. Depending on what you can do here, let's see what you can do. Let's roll a average computer check. You're trying to do it fast to help these guys out. And so let's take a setback. See if you can get some lights rolling here.
Okay, and can I flip a destiny?
You can always flip a destiny.
I'll flip a destiny. I want to make sure we get this going. I haven't had the best rolling night, so. Ooh. Okay, well, it looks like we turned up the lights.
Oh, Helen, you got a triumph too.
And a
All right.
triumph.
So you were successful in this in the area that they were in. You were successful in getting kind of a low, kind of a reddish orange light kind of comes on in the area, and people in the cave right now are able to see like a bit further in, so they kind of see this reddish glow, and kind of where you guys are standing, you can kind of see, let's see, you can see kind of a reddish glow. It's not as bright as the no, come on, it's not as bright as the light that's coming in from the Hunchback, but you're able to see about kind of up this way, and in that light coming on, you see kind of a couple figures in the distance, and two of them look kind of like humanoid, and one of them looks kind of like a floating, like scalloped creature.
Not another one of these.
And you
guys.
see those in kind of a red light straight ahead as the light comes up. So that's your success, Mook.
Okay. And then
Call that thing? Sorry, what was it called again? A guardian droid.
So yeah, you see something that looks like kind of floating out, and it's hard to see. Like it's very low light. It looks a bit smaller than the previous one that you had seen inside the headquarters, but it looks kind of like something that you've seen previously. Just doesn't look quite as big.
So for the
you guys don't know. I mean, you guys can all name things what you want, but you don't know what those are.
Yeah, I call it a guardian droid.
There you go.
Did you say they're extreme or so, or?
They are. Thanks, Buck. Those are long to you.
Long. Okay.
And
long
it's still
to Ted
standing
and
in the
Vought, or long to Buck.
I'm with Ted.
You guys are all at the same spot.
Oh, we're all at the entrance. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're all at the entrance. That is long to you. And Mookie, what are you doing with your triumph?
I was trying to think what to do with that. Maybe she feels really good on this computer system, and that gives her a boost while using it. Or however you want to.
With a triumph, I would say you have like access to. I mean, kind of the. I mean, you have full access to like the kind of the menus that came up.
Yeah.
You would have full access to any of that stuff.
Okay.
In terms of like full, like you can browse, you can read, you can do whatever you want with that. If you want with the triumph, that's a thought.
I'll do that. Yep.
So you have this. So this panel, you pretty much have full wheeled power on. The threat is it is so flippin' hot underneath that mask that you're wearing that you're gonna take a strain. You're really sweating. And great. Next PC.
Can I move up, y'all? Are you good with me moving?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vod is going to say, "We got this," and then sprints a range band in for his maneuver.
Okay.
How far am I now?
You are now halfway to medium from them.
Okay. I'm not sure what that looks like halfway to medium. And do I see in my mid sprint? Do I see anything here? Just obviously without searching for details, but
rock, buttressing, kind of like sodium light that's kind of like a reddish orange, you know, kind of hanging from the ceiling. The smell of sulfur is very strong and stronger as you're running in. It's hot.
is there anything that's like something I could crouch behind and take cover?
Yeah,
there's
rocks, there's little
Okay.
boulders. I mean, this is a mining operation, so there's disused crates. Yeah.
So Vod will run up now to, I guess am I medium now?
If you're going to use your maneuver to just run, then yes.
Yeah, and can I move out of line of sight? Like move over here, so like technically it's still just another move, but I'm now out of the line of sight from where they're at.
I would say you can use a maneuver to find kind of cover, and that would include like getting out of their line of sight.
Okay.
That might not mean that you can run 2 straight at them and then do another maneuver to find cover. So if you want to take a maneuver to get like halfway to medium and then like find some cover, get out of their line of sight type deal, you could definitely do that.
Yeah. So yeah, the maneuver is, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like mechanically, can my maneuver just be sideways where they can't shoot me from down the hall?
Yeah, we'll say you have. We'll use that as, we'll say you have one level of concealment, so you would have a kind of like cover if you chose to use a maneuver to do that.
Okay, I'm going to
move be halfway to medium.
Okay, I'm going to move all the way to medium and use my action to jump behind the nearest rock there.
So I'm just going to, yeah. So that would be you. Now you're using like more than 2 maneuvers in a move.
Oh wait, no, I'm moving 1 maneuver, 2
Yep.
maneuvers,
Yep.
and my action to take cover. Is that not?
Taking cover is a maneuver, so you can only do 2 maneuvers in a turn.
Okay.
Even if you use an action, you can't do 3 maneuvers in a turn.
Okay. I will use my second maneuver, or my action as a maneuver, to be in partial cover by physically not being behind a rock but being around a corner.
So, well, that's like a concealment. You've got that's gonna be a setback on something being able.
Yeah, however you want to narrate that. Yeah. Yep. And then my action is I'm going to yell to the rest of my crew, or actually on comms, I'm like, there's 2 consortiums and one of those scorpion guardian things. It looks a little smaller than the last one. If anyone has a clear shot, shoot straight down the tunnel. And I'm effectively trying to give a boost to the next player who takes an action, or who shoots, or whatever. I guess it's next player.
Sure. And the let's say it's the next PC, and this thing is going to move. This thing's going to move from long, and it's going to use its so it's like they're kind of like medium to you at this point. It's going to use it's medium to you at this point. No, you're halfway. You didn't quite make it to medium, so it's going to go up. There we go. It's going to take one move up where it's now kind of, we'll say it's medium to you, and then it's still trying to get the lay of the land as well. So it's going to use its maneuver to like kind of like tuck in behind a crate, just kind of like trying to get a sense of what's going on here. So it's medium to VOD. It is halfway to medium to the people in the doorway, and it's in cover. And that's its move. Next PC.
Oh, I think Buck will open his little side hatch, draw his gun, and shoot at the droid.
So it's behind a little bit of cover, just a one setback there. This room is not full dark, but it's slightly dark. So it's going to be one other setback from that. Whatever the gun's just an increased difficulty because of its brokenness, and it's basically it's halfway to long from you, so it's like a long shot.
You get a boost.
Okay.
If you can shoot.
And you get a boost, so it'd be, and your long right now would be a daunting.
I get a boost from what?
From vibe.
Okay. Right, and long with my sight, we'll go up from daunting down to hard again.
There you go.
With my my scope.
Yep.
And I'll still take. I get to remove one setback from my custom grip.
Custom grip.
But I still have one remaining.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's it. I think I have to probably use 2 maneuvers to even do this, because if I'm opening the door and drawing my gun,
2 maneuvers.
I don't know if I'd have my gun out in there. So yeah, I'll say I'll strain to do this.
Okay.
Little action shot.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That is 10 damage, pierce 2.
Nice.
Okay, 10 damage, pierce 2. And just seconds. And all right. Oh, and I want you to roll one more setback. This thing had a defense.
Defense. Okay.
And technically it's an adversary 1, but I forgot that, so we'll remember that next time. All right. So you hit it for 10, pierce a 2, and all right. All right, and it was hit. And next PC.
So just Roquan?
Remove
It's just me.
Or
Okay, already went.
Oh,
Oh, sorry, it's Roquan. Yeah.
Roquan, you are at the top. You are above the entry right now, right?
Yes.
So you're like kind of long to all the action down there, we'll say.
Yeah, I mean, he'd just like to take a really good look around outside to see if he can see any or hear anything coming, like a speeder or anything in the distance.
It's a bright sunny day, so you're gonna take a boost on this.
The
And
rain stopped.
Yeah,
Finally.
The rain. Buck made the rain stop, if you guys remember from last session, and just do an average perception check. So you're looking for enemies. You're looking for anything that's
Correct. He hears some stuff downstairs, but that's all. So I mean,
okay.
Kind of all around him, but specifically out there.
Okay. Average perception with a boost.
What's up? Yeah. All right. The boost. Cool. Ugh.
It's so bright. You you scorched your eyes. Take a strain.
That was awesome.
That was not a Soren roll.
the whole night has not been a Soren roll.
You looked right at the sun.
He's gonna kind of like look up. He's like looks down. It's too dark. It looks up. He's too bright. He just says, "Screw it," and he just kind of takes a walk down one level. And that's it.
Okay.
Clearly, the pale-skinned Arcanians are not Used to the sun.
Yeah. Not this one.
All right, and we're at the start of the next round. Everyone who is level 2 or lower, I want you at the start of this round. If you're not in an enclosed area and you do not have a mask on, if you are at if you are at level 3, I think we're down on level 3. So this is going to be, I want you to take a hard resilience check with a setback from that belch of gas that we saw earlier. Hard resilience check with a setback before this round starts. If you are not inside something or don't have a mask on.
Hard resilience check.
Yep, with a setback.
I don't think I get any
Boost
blunting from that because I'm a weak way. I think I get heat, but not toxicity.
Yeah, this is more caustic environment. Yeah.
Okay.
Should Buck one do one since he just opened the hatch? He hasn't really been exposed yet, but
I thought you got out and you're shooting. You're in it.
Yeah.
You do one. Yeah.
Does Ted, since the door open?
That was I thought Buck got out and shut the door. If the door is open, then Ted would do one as well. Yeah.
I got the impression that he opened and leaned out, and so that it was exposing both of us.
Oh, then yeah,
so he's
both of you guys would roll it. Yeah.
Did you
But
get
he's
out, Buck?
still-
Are you out of the machine, Buck? Or are you in it?
well, judging just by the amount of maneuvers I could have done, I probably couldn't have opened the door, got out, shut the door, got my gun out, and shot.
I think you're hanging out of it.
All right.
That's kind of
If
what
you're
I
not
thought.
in a sealed cabin, you're taking this.
So 3 purple.
Yeah.
Yep, with a setback.
Oh.
Resilience.
Okay, I'm a failure.
Same.
All right. So I'm trying to see what the rolls were there. Okay. So for each failure, that is 2 strain. For each threat, that's 1.
That's awful.
Jiminy crickets.
So
Again,
that's
it's a
5.
Yeah.
Which one is that? Okay. Yeah. Ted, that's a 5.
Who's at 0? He's fine.
Shut the door, Buck.
Hack.
We're just supposed to sit here and do nothing.
No, I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna grab that thing and crush it.
That thing.
All right, and so it's top of the order, these guys are taking a maneuver to get kind of up even around where the that droid is, and they're at medium to VOD, who's still, I'm gonna say, under a little bit of cover, and they're gonna take a shot at VOD.
All right, I'm going to somersault with a little push off at the end, so I kind of do a round off in strain for 1. Actually, just 1, so upgrade it once.
Okay. And yep. And they're medium. All right. And that looks right. All right. And they're shooting a bat.
That's what I'd like to see.
All right. So they hit VOD for 10. The in shooting, they let's do that. Okay, so in shooting, And they kind of came out. They came out firing, and in shooting, they blasted kind of the crate that the robot was using as cover. So that's the threat. They just blew away the robot's crate, so it doesn't have cover anymore. So nothing kind of in that doorway area has cover. And in all right, and
So
in
the droid doesn't have a setback from that.
yeah, droid just lost his cover. He was behind a crate, doesn't have it anymore. That's the threat. The despair was one of the guys as he was blasting at Vod, and the other guy as he was blasting at Vod, guy one kind of bumped the other guy's like upper right chest pocket, and it's and you know what was in his upper right chest pocket? That was the collar for the shot collars that were on the Veradics that are in this cave. And the guy shooting that blasted Vod turned, drilled that other guy in the upper right pocket, and all the Veradics that are in this cave, their shot collars just went, and
then fell off. The despair. Okay, I thought the despair was the crate being blown. I'm like,
no, that's the threat. The threat okay. knocked out the cover.
So it
gets rid of that setback on someone's shot. The despair is in this cave. The thing that was controlling the Veradics who are in this cave, I'll say, just got turned off, and the Veradics' like harnesses and shackles just fell to the ground in this room, in this cave area. I know it's a little vague. I don't want to like give like everything away, but does that make sense?
Yep. That's great.
All right. So that just happened, and the other one like turns to me like, what the fuck just happened? And all right. Next PC. And Vod, you got hit, right? Yeah, you got hit for 10.
Yeah, I took 3. Go for it, Ted. If you want to, you're all in the vehicle. It's you, me, and Ted, so before I get into entanglement range, you guys could shoot.
Yeah, I think we'll move up and do a reposition. So for this tractor beam, it says short. Were we keeping it short, or did you say medium?
It's short.
It's short. Okay. So am I long to this guy or medium?
You are halfway to medium.
Okay. So I can't get to short.
Right. Not this round.
Okay. Well, we'll get to medium.
Yep. That would be one maneuver will get you to medium.
And then one more maneuver will get me to repositioning. So that is force
would get you to medium to short is 1.
Right. So that's okay. So then we can use force movement before turn to get to medium, and then reposition
maneuver to get to short.
Yep. And then we only see this guy. The other ones are gone.
No, they're all kind of on each. They're all kind of in this doorway right now. There's like 2 guys and the robot are all kind of like in a similar area, kind of right.
Cool. Yeah. Can you? Yep, I can. Can you move the walker for us?
Yep. So you're now kind of like short to all 3 of these things.
Great. And then can we try and hold the droid with the tractor beam?
Yes, you can, and that is going to be it'll be a gunnery check, right?
Right.
And you see kind of like further into this cave with because your lights are up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So just like you do see some like figures moving like way off in the distance down the hall.
Got it.
Just reminding that
Okay.
there's a light going on.
Guys,
So-
I see those. I think the Radix are at the back of this cave. And then gunnery. What's the difficulty on this? Short.
Oh,
So
the short range shot. So it'd be a gunnery
Upgraded.
short.
and it's upgraded. Adversary.
Oh, yeah, thank you. It's adversary, and it's gonna have. I'm gonna say it has a defense.
A defense. Yeah.
And then it is still like a no, it's in your beam. So yeah, you're not going to take a setback for darkness. I think you are going to take a setback for like trying to hit something that still has like motion. It's not like this thing's built to like move crates that are stationary on the ground, and this thing kind of like is hovering and bobbing a little bit. So it's going to be a setback to kind of like catch this thing.
Okay.
Are the troopers they're in the light too? Do they?
Yeah,
look like,
they are.
Are they
I just wanted to
looking, or are they imperial looking? Like, are we seeing white?
Yeah. Now that you can see things in the light, that has certainly magnified this area. These things look like that. They look like scout troopers that look like they have like breathing apparatus, tubes that kind of come underneath. You see that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so and I would have to get this guy in the tractor beam, and then try and crush it the following turn. Is that correct?
Like if you got him in the tractor beam, it would be immobilized.
Right.
Until it can break that, and I think like the break would be, I think it would be like probably like brawn. It's brawn trying to pull away from the thing.
Right. And it's based on the tractor level.
Yeah, and you're a medium tractor on this thing, I think.
Usually it's a number.
Yeah. Oh, just a second. I gotta answer this.
Yeah.
Refinish a mission.
Indeed.
I'm gonna just switch things to intermission mode, and we'll be right back.
off the side of the into the pit, you know.
Wouldn't it just fly then again?
Well, it depends on how powerful its repulsor is. Like, if it's just repulsing to get up off the ground, that's one thing. But if it can go meters off the ground, then it might be able to get, you know, I don't know. And the crush on this is like, where did I put it? Base 5, crit 4. That's pretty rough on an average gunnery check. Oh yeah, that's way worse than me just shooting at it.
I suspect also you don't know what this thing can do, and so you can't ask Ian without doing an intelligence whatever check. You're going to have to, if you were going to try to haul that thing out and throw it over lava, you might find out it hovers over lava and it doesn't help
Right.
us. So
Yeah.
I think you guys can shoot. I don't know. Or run forward with that thing. Does it have a brawn attack or a melee? Like, can you just brawl with it?
This is the only attack.
You can't swing in melee or something? Or brawl?
No. I mean, he's said that this was the only weapon it's got.
Okay.
I do think, we work on those guys with the masks, kill them. Buck and Vod can take them, and then in the meantime, Ted can stay in the cockpit and try something with the tractor beam with the robot, and then maybe by that point we can have respirators.
I wonder, Mookie, can you do anything for the air? What were the options?
So my options, I've been trying to think how I can kind of contribute here from the computer. There's mine activity, crane operation, and alerts. It seems like if we're trying to do something with the air, it would be through mine activity.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how Ian is going to allow me to use the computer. If that's just not an option, it's not an option.
You can use the computer, but you could, if it's mine activity will allow you air circulation, that would be great.
And I was also thinking about alerts might be an interesting. I'm not sure what.
That's like for the alarm system had we gone down here first, right? That would be like to turn it off, or like I don't.
Maybe, but maybe I was thinking like maybe like I could. Like those collars have been undone, but I was thinking like something like that. There was, I don't know. Probably not though. Yeah, but I think mine activity for the air is probably the best way to go forward. And log would be interesting just to get information, but
log would be good if nothing else. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would try the mine activity and see if, especially if you roll high.
Mm-hmm.
Triumph, certainly you could find a vent that blows gas into or oxygen in, or quickly vents out. Maybe you don't want to vent all the air out, but vent air in, emergency oxygen release.
Ventilation controls to.
Mm-hmm. I would try that. I'd play that.
It seems like you could open some sort of like almost vented system in the walls where it would bring in outside air and then push out the toxic gases or something. But again, I'm not sure if he's gonna allow that as an option.
Yeah, kind of a toss up. It's a good idea.
Ask first and beg for forgiveness.
No, just confident and do it. Just do it.
This is happening.
Yep. This is my game now. I'm the GM.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Greg, how are you doing? How's Vod doing in terms of his wounds and his strain?
I'm just below half for my wounds. I'm okay there. My strain is 10 of 14, so, and I need to use my strain for a big attack, and I probably get 1. And if I get some advantage, I can heal it, but some of it. But I can't dodge much more. I can't take strain. If I take strain with the gas attack, it's going to be a problem. I could probably I'll probably upgrade twice to get another yellow.
The other thing I just wanted to remind people, I've been wanting to use this as my improved stim application, where I can make an engaged ally increase one characteristic. You think, like, I don't know, Roquan.
You're too far from. Yeah, you're too far. Though.
I don't know if you passed me or not, but.
So what does that do? Just any characteristic it raises temporarily?
Yeah, for one strain. If I pass a difficult med.
Rigel, if we're strained out, does that mean like I can walk? You guys kind of holding me. I can walk out, or am I like need to be? I mean, like dazed and can't do actions, but I can move. Or how does that work as far as functionally? Because essentially, if I'm strained out, Mookie probably is the only one who can bring my strain down.
You're passed out. Yeah, you would have to be hauled out.
Carried. Okay.
Yeah.
You could push me. You guys could put me into the walker, I guess. Because that might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of keeping my distance because I'm at 1 away from being knocked out wound-wise.
Yeah, a strategic retreat at this point might not be the worst thing. I mean, if we can get these guys to follow us and destroy the ramp and then try and crane down into the cavern, I don't know.
Ugh. They're on their way.
Can we just pull a rescue mission, not try and kill all these guys, but instead just get them out of here? Is that possible? You know, like if I can immobilize this thing, you know, and set the walker to hold it while we walk these guys past it and try and like absorb some shots. It holds it, hopefully, for as long as it can, and then we escape, and
we're
just gotta take out the...
We're gonna take gas strain, because Ian said anyone below level 2, like, I have to get out of here.
Yeah, you need to get the troopers the mask. If you can get the mask, that's what matters.
Alright, well, my next attack will be the troopers, and then I'll have to do 1 round of strain, and then I'll go for a mask if I can kill him, or we can kill him. So maybe it is a lean out of the hatch, let's kill the troopers. I can grab 2 masks, 1 for myself, 1 for Buck, and we can, or actually, 1 for whoever, if anyone else needs to be out, and get back and just hold that thing. Even if it shoots at me, I'll take the shots.
Mm-hmm.
It'll shoot at me, I suspect. It won't shoot at you guys in the walker. So maybe that's it. I try to grab gas masks.
It's tough because it's like everything you do is going to require a maneuver after you kill him, or you strain additionally to put on the thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if
so
you guys can shoot first before I engage and try to take out the troopers, don't worry about paralyzing that droid. I don't care if it moves. It's going to shoot. Take out the troopers. I go in and either finish them, hopefully, or take their masks. And then once we are all back in the cabin with the windows closed, we're safe. Except for the shots from the droid, which I could probably tank that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I can get it ventilated, but
yeah, yep, and we can try that too.
That's the other.
Roquan, what you want to scout our escape route at the top? call Ember. Do we have like the comms? Don't we have?
We have the one-way comm that Buck has, but we can't contact them through it.
No.
You know, so
we don't have any story mechanic to call for help.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, here's a crazy idea. Can I bash this thing against the wall with the tractor beam?
Oh, when you have it, can you use it? I don't know.
Yeah, can I just like swing the whole chassis?
It seems like you should. I don't know how Ian would narrate that, but yes, you should be able to like tractor beam it and slam it.
Yeah, and I believe
damage be a thing, but you know.
I believe it's piloting planetary check of 4 purple dice to break free for this thing, and hopefully it will. If I can get a triumph on my gunnery check, it will be to make it try and break free.
All right, if we had enough time to figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
We're planting fake calls for you about children who can't poop.
Yeah.
And my head hurts, and why didn't I see the doctor today? Planning calls so we can strategize.
It's all right. I am on Twitch, and this is my job. I have to be careful now that we put these things out live. I am happy to do it.
I'm happy to also not publish any of these if we want
Yeah,
to not have
maybe
anything on.
maybe not publish the one where I'm on call and like having a beer while we're playing. That's probably a good idea.
That's not a beer. It's a coffee mug. It's coffee.
Yeah. And one beer.
Wait, you don't have to go in and deliver a baby. You're fine.
No.
Fine.
No. Yeah, probably shouldn't publish it. All right. So what's happening?
It's the first of the 3 PCs.
Yep, and I thought we were doing a gunnery check.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Go for it.
A gunnery check is happening right now.
All right.
And it's all queued up. I am going to. How many destiny do we have? 3?
Yeah, 4.
4? I'm gonna flip a destiny because I really want to succeed on this. 2 setback, 1 red. Here we go. Oh wow! That was 1 success and 1 threat. That was
Jiminy Christmas.
pretty ugly.
All right. So it is tractored.
All right, it is tractored.
So it is immobilized at short range from you.
Yep.
The threat is it sees where the beam is coming from your system. It has its eyes on where that tractor mechanism is kind of hanging down from your cockpit. It sees that.
Okay.
And if it wants to try to start like bashing that, it sees right where it is. All right.
Can you turn that droid upside down and roll 20 just for the hell of it?
Mm-hmm. Next PC.
All right, Mookie's going to.
No, Mookie. Hold on a turn.
Okay.
Let
Sure.
Buck go because you just need to do it before the end of the round.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Buck.
Want me to shoot?
Yeah.
I can shoot him. Buck will what he wants to do. So last round he opened the door, shot from the open door. This time he will shoot again, and then close the door after the shot.
So you're gonna do a maneuver to open the door.
No, the door's open from last time.
It was open.
Oh, it's still just hanging open. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah.
So I'll just shoot again.
All right.
Yeah. He's gonna shoot at this time instead of the robot, one of the troopers.
Yeah, they're a minion group, so they're kind of together. Sorry, I just kind of have it.
Okay.
Yeah, they're together. All right, and they are short to you. Yeah, they're kind of like in amongst the like slowly rotating. They're kind of engaged with the slowly rotating thing, and they're short.
Do they have any defense or anything?
They do not.
Or in any setbacks for anything?
The air is
So if I
stingy
take
in here, so you're gonna take 1 setback.
It's a little smoky.
Stingy.
Okay, and I'll remove that.
Custom grip.
And grip. You know what? I'll aim. I'll take the strain. Trying to be a hero. Strain.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah.
All right.
There we go, Buck.
Nice.
Hit.
That is 9 damage, pierce 2.
Nice.
Killing it.
2. All right.
And unfortunately, his gun has accurate quality, but it has a 4 crit rating, so he cannot crit, even with 3. But he will heal. He'll heal a little strain and pass a boost to Vod.
All right. You see one of the characters fall, and the other one is clearly like wounded, but does not fall. And you're gonna do your last. Then you're gonna use your last maneuver to shut the door.
Yep.
All right. Door is shut.
Are you inside?
Yep.
Next PC.
Vod is encouraged by seeing a trooper fall, and rushes in, charging with his one axe. His one axe, like he has a couple. He's wielding it and screaming his Weequay prayers, which have a lot
He
to
used
do.
it.
Yep.
You use a maneuver to put away your droid.
No, I don't have the droid. The droid I set out at the front of the cave a long time ago. I'm not holding it.
Gotcha.
It's probably back near. I don't know what it's doing. I didn't narrate that. It might be following me, but it's around somewhere. So I rush forward, and am I medium, or is that right?
You are medium to those things, yeah.
So I strain twice to get to him. Let me give myself that strain.
Boost.
Oh yeah, I'm just right now just straining. Let me just make sure I log it. Oof. Okay. And then I take a swing at the remaining trooper. And I'm going to use Destiny.
All right.
Destiny L. So I'm going to upgrade my attack once, so it's green. I give myself a green. Actually, I'm going to upgrade it. No, I'm going to upgrade it once. That's fine. And I swing at the remaining trooper in the minion group who's up.
Woo!
You get a boost as well?
Yep, so
Yeah.
I'm at 3.
Boost for
Oh,
me.
yeah, let me roll that. Sorry, thank you. Oh, that's a nice freaking boost. So 6 success, 3 advantage. So I actually have 4 advantage in a triumph and 6 success. That's huge.
So let's start with how do you kill him?
Yeah. So okay, so I do a base of
It's enough. He's dead.
no, yeah, all right. So I use just my damage. Let's just say it's 50 damage, but
Yep.
no, whatever.
Exactly.
I get damage plus
How did he
6.
die?
5. I do want to add it up though, because that's a big damage roll. 10, 15, 16 damage. Pierce 2. Vod beheads it in a way that the head flips into the air, and I'm going to use 2 of my advantage, or 1 or 2 for the gas mask to actually this is probably like 3 advantage, or this is my triumph. This is the triumphant. move. He chops off the head. It goes sailing into the air, and he's able to just barely look up, and he just puts his hand up and he just nestles it over his face. Is the triumph?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like...
You de-helmeted it, and you basically its helmet functions as a respirator. Yep.
Okay. And he's feeling pumped.
You like hold his head and just like chop it off.
No,
like the head falls out of the helmet.
The head fell. It was already spinning in the air, and the mask came apart, and the mask almost landed perfectly on my face. I just reflexively put my hand up, and it just I just nestled it in place. It was that good.
Give me that.
Yeah, and then with my advantage, which is 3 plus another 1 that doesn't show there for my axe is 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to recover 4 strain.
Okay.
Because I just feel that good about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a good move.
That was epic. Yeah.
How's all the blood in the
Overkill, I think is what that was. Overkill.
Overkill.
Yeah, Buck should have never even got out of the cockpit.
It helps, Buck. It helps.
And the guard droid kind of like hanging in the air, kind of almost like kind of a kilt, or even like almost upside down. Brings up its arms, and it lashes at the creature that just came in and cut off the head of its colleague. And so it's gonna lash out at Vide from all these things are kind of engaged with each other.
Yeah.
So it's lash swinging out at you.
Go ahead and upgrade it once for
All right.
dodge. Vod's got the mask, and he leans aside and kind of hunches.
And yep, and it's really I can't do that. Yep, and it'll flip a destiny. All right, and it lashes out at Vide with its arms. And it's we remember this. The things wrap around Vod, and it unleashes a shock, and it just hits him for stun 2.
Oh,
nope.
even though there's no success?
No, it does not. No, it does not.
Okay.
It does not do that, and I apologize. I said that wrong.
You're good.
It does not do that. It basically just here's what it does. It swings those things at it swings those things at Vod. It does not hurt Vod, but in its swing, it like smacks off like one of the respirator tubes that goes up to Vod's face, and so it decreases the function of the respirator ever so slightly. That it's got a little leak in it. That allows a little air. It allows a little of the caustic environment to get in there until that gets patched up.
What does that functionally do?
That is going to I think at the end of this round, if you're still in the cave, you're going to make an easier roll for resilience, but you're still gonna have to make one until that thing's patched up.
That was a nice advantage. Got it.
That's its 2 advantage, and that's what it did. Next PC.
All right, Mookie's on the computer, or does somebody else want to go before me?
It's you and Roke.
Go for it.
All right, Mookie's on the computer. she goes back into mine activity, and she's going to ventilate entire mine to the max. She's opening ventilation tubes to bring in fresh oxygen and to ventilate the caustic air up and out in a different direction than where we are.
Great. I'm gonna say that this cave, let's say that was like that was your Triumph's ability was to let's say you were able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yep. This is now you turned on the ventilation fans in this cave. Yep. You use that last Triumph. Let's say that's what this did.
Okay. Can I also do anything else?
Like what?
I will click onto the log and just read what the log is, what's on the log.
Sure. So kind of like nonchalantly, like Mookie like goes like, she's kind of figured out the cave that they're in, and she's like click, ventilation click, woo, and she's she's kind of scratching her chin like what does this log say? Sure, yeah. You wanna look through the log?
Heck yeah.
All right. All right. So you were able to pull up the commander log. All right, let's just grab it here. Second. All right. All right, there we go. And it's going to be in Rogue One, what you see coming up in front of you. Pick it up. All right. Okay. And you see these, you kind of see these things come up with the little signature at the bottom.
All right. I've consulted with Central Lab. The crystallography analysis of our Thyferran glowstones indicate they may be a viable source of refracted energy beams capable of high output applications. However, these glowstones seem only to be found in the deeper aspects of Thyferra's crust. The seismic activity of this planet makes consistent production problematic. Braddock's laborers can be driven to work the mining shafts, but growing resistance amongst local populations is going to make long-term labor supply a struggle here. We will need further sweeps of surrounding settlements. Fear will keep them working diligently. Fear of extermination, to be sure. Continue to select for adults who have molted into a brown carapace. In our recruitment efforts, these adults can be driven the furthest until death. Regardless, one sufficient quantity of glowstones have been obtained. We will report to Krennic for further assessment. I am left with little doubt, however, that weapons division Nova surely will gain the attention in favor of Palpatine. Commander Krennic will see to it, I am certain. Commander's log of Commander Garrus Vermeil. Wow. So Yes, I think they must be using this for. They're using it for some sort of weapon, probably. Yeah, if you see them. Could be. These sound very powerful. Yeah. Well, we would we'd make it difficult for the Empire. We can delay the Empire if we can free the Veratics too.
All right.
Give the Empire a little headache here.
I'm taking a deep breath from my mask. Sounds good.
All right, last PC.
You're muted.
Thank you. Roquan's gonna try and I'm gonna try and scout out a good clean path out of here. So when they come out of the pit, we can just if we're not in combat, everyone hopefully can just go into a stealth mode because I can tell them exactly where to go easily. If not automatically, maybe with a pretty significant boost. And if we are in combat, at least some sort of maybe a boost for helping us get out of there quickly, Or
so you're trying to map out in your head like the best path that you would use for a strategic retreat here.
Exactly.
All right. As you're looking, why don't you do an average knowledge warfare check?
Okay, average knowledge warfare check. Let's see here. Okay.
That's a cool check.
That's a first.
I like that. Good use of knowledge warfare.
Yeah, got to do something at some point during this battle, huh? All right. Never mind. He doesn't have to. He doesn't see anything. Nothing comes to mind, but all this time getting fresh air while all of his buddies are down in that toxic air, he's starting to feel a little bit better, so he feels a strain.
Yeah, that's right. That is exactly right. That is exactly right. Well, so it's the end of that round, and I just want I want anyone who is who has an opening in their mask or who is not in a sealed area to take a resilience check. Vod, you are wearing like most of a mask, so I just want you to take an easy resilience check. You're successful. That thing is keeping enough of that sulfur out of the air that you did not feel any ill effect.
I saw it and I pinched the open tube. I'm like, shit. And I heal 14 strain.
14 strain.
Great usage.
Did the fans playing any effect here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mookie. Thank you. Yeah, never mind. You didn't have to do that. I'm sorry. But you passed it. You passed it. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. I was the only one exposed at this point.
Yep. Thanks, Mookie. Yeah, you did that. I apologize. All right, so top of the order. There's only one N, and it's being like held upside down by this machine, and it's just kind of like it's just kind of like lashing at Vod right now. So it's gonna take another swing at Vod.
Don't fuck with my other tube.
Vod, are you doing anything?
Vod, as an incidental, no strain, flips the Shrieler and Bird, which is just the pinky, but it's the equivalent of the Shrieler and Bird.
Which, all right, that's all he does. Okay, this thing's just lashing out at Vod. Still in engage range, and there it goes. All right, and it is a successful hit. It's not going to cause any damage, but it is.
What's his
It's
damage?
a successful hit. It's going to be soaked because it's going to hit you for 6. But it is going to use 2 of its advantage to activate stun. So it's going to stun for 2. And it is going to take a boost on its next attack. And that is all it can do.
Can I ask a question
Feeling
about
good.
weapons? Does the stun, like, when my weapon is set to stun, it just converts the damage over to stun? Is this different? Is this some...
This is a stun quality. This is a stun quality you have to activate. And so it's just a different way to stun things.
Okay. It's different than
with
turning
two
on your...
advantage.
Okay,
Yep,
I need to look at that. Because I thought there was... Yeah, I don't understand
Stun quality, not stun setting.
Okay.
Next PC.
Vod's going to take some... He's right there engaged, so he is going to swing with all of his might and upgrade it 1 time with ferociousness as he swings at this droid. Yeah, just upgrades it once. I get no boosts or setbacks.
Oh, God damn, sorry.
Do you want me to add something?
It's advantage 1 and it's defense 1. Just
so
forget
I
it. Just
add a K and add 2.
Just do what you did. Just do what you did. Just do it. You throw in 1 setback.
I can add 2 Ks, right? It's 2 Ks?
No, it's defense 1, it's advantage 1, so it should have been red, and it should have had a setback. Just roll a setback.
Okay. Thank you. That's not good.
Oh.
So I miss.
Yep.
I'll heal my strain. And with the triumph, although I don't really hit it, my flash of blades all around, glances off its targeting system and makes it difficult to use its any sort of attack quality, whether it's shooting or lashing, is going to get like 2 setbacks or something. Like it's threw it off, whether it's the flash of the light of the blades or I actually struck it. If that's, I didn't really strike it. Or no, hold on, let me think more creatively here. I can't do anything that hits it because I don't actually hit it.
Right.
Be something mechanically could take away its defense.
I'm going to totally drop the ceiling. I'm going to hit... it's kind of a mined out cave. And I'm going to hit a weak spot and drop like a wall of rock from floor to ceiling between me and the droid that does... Which is big, I think, but effectively cuts off the tractor beam, but blocks off the droid and seals it in the... Oh, shit, we've got Braddock's back there.
Yeah, there's Braddock's back there.
It's not good. I don't like that idea either. If you have an idea, Ian, about what would move it forward, that's fine. Otherwise, I want to mess up its targeting sensors and give it like 2 setbacks for its next attack or something along those lines.
Well, let's say you for the triumph, you knock out its defenses. So it is no longer getting its kind of its you knocked out its defense for a round, and it is also going to have a setback on any attack. So it takes away its setback for the defense, and it gives it a setback to attack.
It was the defense. It wasn't that crate. What was the defense from? Its armor or something?
Armor.
Yeah, it's just like a thing that has a defense against melee and range. It was probably a shield thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Vod's going to use his movement to pop out of range and start backing up. So Vod's like going to pull back to short.
Okay. All right. Next PC.
Buck will pop the door open and shoot.
All right. You are short to it, and it is. Let's say it is. Yeah. It's still just kind of. No, it's not stingy in your eyes anymore, because Mookie did that part. So yeah, sure. And it's upgrade 1 because of advantage, and its defenses are down.
No defense, no nothing there. But it is a red and a purple. I'll strain to aim. Opens the door, leans out. Pew! Yeah.
All right. What's
That is only 8 damage, but it's pierce 2.
What?
8 damage, pierce 2.
All right.
And three advantages. Is this still alive?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. He. Oh, what else can we do to mess this guy up?
Yeah, right. Go for the eyes.
Can
Sweep
he
the
like
leg, Johnny?
effectively like just like mess it up, like knock it down or flip it on its head or something.
Well, it's already in tractor.
Yeah,
I think we
that's right.
established that advantages don't do prone.
Yeah.
Not to be rulesy on you.
No, that's cool.
You can for 3 advantage, like it is I don't know. I mean,
actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna heal strain because I've taken a lot of strain.
Okay.
And that's it.
Still 3 strain. Next PC. Ted Rokon.
Go
Dash against the wall.
Oh yeah, sure. Can I maneuver so that I run the droid into the wall?
Sure. Like you're using the wall as an improvised weapon?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean you're wanting to harm the droid with the wall.
Yeah, or the ground. Like, I mean, if it's possible to just send it up and down to the ceiling and to the floor multiple times to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a tractor beam is not like a fast twitch
Using,
thing.
like, the-
Sure.
If you're just trying to like, kind of like, yeah, I would think like a tractor beam would like, this thing is held static. If I want to like push it against the wall and then try to like walk into the wall with it and just kind of like grind it, you know?
How fast can this droid turn? Pretty slow. Like the torque speed is not going to be very much. You're just going to like bump it into the wall. You can't like turn with a tractor beam. And go.
I don't think like you can like move fast and like smash, but you could like use the wall and I mean, how different would it be than the crush function of the tractor beam? I'm not
Probably
sure.
not much. Yeah.
But you could do that. I think I would just call it a heavy improvised weapon.
At this point, I think we've got it immobilized. I'm gonna yell down to Bug Eater and say, "We've come to."
Left at the like far entrance.
For real?
It's back down. It's at the mouth of the cave. It's like medium away.
Can the Vratics? Well, yeah.
It's not far. You can yell
So
that
can
far, right? You can yell down.
I will yell to Bug Eater and say, Bug Eater, tell the Vratics at the back of this cave to start moving out.
All right, and it yells that.
And then can I'm gonna get out and shoot it. This droid. I have to open the door.
Yep.
Grab my gun.
Yep.
And shoot.
Yep.
So I'll take a strain for the extra maneuver. And I'm short to it since I've got it tractored.
Yep, it's short. It's upgraded once its defenses have been knocked out.
Okay. And here we go.
Excuse me.
Any setbacks?
No. I mean, I think lights are on, fresh air. This thing's held steady.
Oh, despair. 3 success, 4 advantage, and despair. So for the damage, that's 11 damage. And no pierce, and a crit. And I will heal once.
You're gonna have accurate.
Oh yeah, it does. Thank you. Sheesh. And nothing.
Right. So 11 damage. How many soak?
For him, I don't know, but there's no pierce.
Pierce. Yeah, pierce. Sorry.
There's no pierce.
Yep. Okay. It is like smoking, and parts of it are on fire, but it is still up.
Cool. I'm gonna roll crit.
All right. All right. Hamstrung droid. All right.
What part of the droid hamstrings it?
Right. It's repulsor. It's got a little.
Yeah.
And and as you're leaning out, your knee hit the tractor button, and it turned it off.
Sure.
Tractor is off.
That's the despair.
Yep.
All right.
And it rotates back up, just like.
And I'm done.
All right. Next PC.
Where are we at in the order?
We have 2 PCs left, and then we're top of the order.
I'm gonna see if our medicine man can heal me. Can I try and convince him to heal me?
Yeah.
Medicine woman. Mookie.
Oh.
You're talking about the Varakin?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Not Mookie.
Yeah, no, not Mookie. I was like, I thought it was dude.
We haven't checked the cloaca, and it's really hard to tell. Or ovipositor, I think. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ovipositor.
So yeah. So how are you going to convince it? It's kind of like fretting. It's kind of like looking down. It's hearing blasts coming out of this open cave. It's nervous. It's
I remember the thing that was it Buck or Ted? One of the party members. Oh no, it was Vod, I think, that was like petting its face. One, they like being touched, so I go up and I just start petting its face, just right on its face,
okay.
And just kind of like point at like a wound I have on my arm, trying to get the vibe across. Trying to be as relax him as possible, as much as possible.
All right. So I want you to roll a charm check.
Okay.
We're gonna roll a charm check. We're gonna call it you're gonna do an average charm check. You're gonna take a boost because this thing like realizes you're an ally, and you're gonna take a boost because you're like communicating with it in a way that you've learned is a way that Vratics like to be kind of spoken to.
Nice.
You're gonna take a setback because it's like it's nervous and it's like the heat of battle. And you're gonna take a setback due to like there are some language difficulties, so it kind of figuring out like exactly what you need is a little bit hard.
Yeah.
But the way you're approaching it is good.
Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna flip a destiny.
All right. And if you succeed.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. So you are successful.
All right.
It understands what you want. It is really it's a really big thing, and it's very nervous right now with like what's going on. So its motions, its movements are quite abrupt, and it's not being as gentle as it should. And so it reaches one of its arms out and it grabs you on the neck, and then it picks you up bodily and like smacks you down on your back, and kind of like knocks the wind out of you. As it's like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this fast. And so you're gonna take 2 strain from that.
Okay.
And then it's going to do a medicine check on you.
Cool.
And you're above threshold. You're above halfway, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. And it's a little dirty out here, and it's not like it's healing huts, and it is slightly distracted, so it's going to take a couple setbacks on this, but it does want to do its best because it knows you're an ally, and so here it goes.
Jeez.
All right. 4 wounds are healed and 1 strain is healed.
All right. Sounds good.
And it kind of like pushes you away, and it like goes back to kind of it's staring intently down at the cave, kind of holding its staff, like kind of nervously, like just kind of shifting it in its hands as it's listening to what's going on down there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. All right, and Mook.
All right, Mookie's on the computer, and she goes to where is it? Alerts. And she wants to see what's under the alerts.
All right, and okay, Mook, typity type, and interesting. So on alerts, you guys have pulled up when you were in Rogue One. You're just kind of like kind of surfing the net while all this is happening.
Yeah.
You guys have seen these alerts, and so you see those.
Okay.
You see another one come up. There's another alert that maybe it looks different than the last one. And it just says this.
Ooh, okay. So I'll read this. It has a regular alert about rebel activity reported on Thyferra. Jaso sector scrambling response. Sector command diverting battle group Matari shortly. Commander Scourge requests contact. And it says, warning that Senator Mon Mothma is now considered an enemy of the state. If officer comes across her, they are to apprehend her in the name of the Emperor himself. Woo!
And below that, there's like a video link.
Okay.
And this is what comes up. And it's actually a little like it's like a recording of a holo that comes up underneath that Senator Mon Mothma warning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this holo flicks to life, and it's a young Mon Mothma. She looks kind of like the Mon Mothma from Rogue One, speaking in that like kind of like British sounding lilt, right? And this video comes up, and you hear it, you see it do this. I name the Emperor himself for ordering the brutal attacks on the people of Gorman. Their peaceful world is one of countless systems helpless against his oppressive rule. This massacre is proof that our self-appointed Emperor is little more than a lying executioner, imposing his tyranny under the pretense of security. We cannot allow this evil to stand.
This is the second time they've mentioned Gorman. Do we know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Who's, I don't know who Mon Mothma is. Did we meet her? Was she back on the Redemption? The medical frigate? I don't remember meeting her.
She's in the Imperial Senate.
She's an Imperial?
No, well, she's a senator.
Alright, well, she sounds like she's on our side.
Yeah. Can Mookie do a kind of thinking about the galaxy? Does Mookie know anything about Gorman?
You haven't really done an action yet this turn, so why don't you do an average knowledge check? See how much you know.
Well, I'm just gonna double check my knowledge. I think is just 5.
G.
Yep, that's what I have. And then average.
You're doing average. You're trying to do this like fast and remember a lot while you're standing. Kind of there is a battle that's happening right now, so take a step back.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right.
So
one success, 4 advantages. So just your success is you remember Gorman is a mid-world system that is actually in the scheme of things the mid-rim is not super far away from Thyferra in these areas. It's not an adjoining planet or not in the system, but you're all kind of in the mid-rim. I'll say I'm just articulating these. You know that you keep up with some the news that you can find, etc. And you know that there has been like a general like Gorman is a planet that has not been easily occupied or held by the Imperials, and in fact has a kind of a resistant buck against the yoke of the Imperium, and you've known that is going on, and you also, in some of your advantages, just like some of the conversations that you've heard, you recall when you were way back in the bar at Morbo's bar, that guy that Buck was talking to was kind of shaking his head about like something that went down at Gorman. You remember also that in the comm that Ember sent at the beginning of this session, he was talking about how the Redemption is filled up with many of the wounded from Gorman, and now Mon Mothma is talking about some kind of massacre that occurred on Gorman. That in your advantages, I think you're just like, oh, it feels like maybe the Empire did something and cracked down, and a lot of death occurred on that mid-rim world that was kind of a rebellious spot. How's that?
Gotcha. Yeah.
You're kind of putting that together in your head.
Okay. And I'm going to communicate that. Well, yeah, I'm just going to kind of communicate this information to everybody on the comms. That's like an incidental, I guess.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Mookie.
sure.
We're fighting a battle here. Why are you talking about historical lore? Jesus, get off your comms. We're
Hey, this is
busy.
really interesting, Vod. It could come in handy.
Jesus, take your academia elsewhere. I'm bleeding here.
All right, and we're gonna go top of the order here, and it's the existing NPC, and it's the last thing to hit it was Ted leaning out of the cockpit. It has lost its free maneuver, so it's gonna swing. It's going to swing from where it's at. Ted is short from it, hanging out. It's a little bit protected by that cockpit, but still swinging out enough to be seen. It is going to take a setback on this roll. It's also going to take a boost on its attack from God knows when, like an hour ago. And it's going to swing at Ted from short range.
All right, no defense.
And it will...
Okay.
It will flip a destiny for funsies, and yeah.
From short range.
Yep.
And it's what kind of attack?
It's using its neuronic lashes to swing at you.
So it's a yeah. So it's still two purple dice, right?
I think so. Because
Yeah.
it's still melee.
Yeah,
They
it's
just
melee.
are stretchy. It's a stretchy melee.
I'll flip it back to upgrade
All right.
once.
All right. And I think that looks right. And I'm gonna give you another. You're kind of you're a little bit sheltered because you're kind of in the cockpit, and this thing really can't maneuver to get a better look at you because it's been hamstrung. So I think that looks right. And it swings at Ted.
Oh, did it have to strain to do that, to move?
It didn't move. It just swung.
Oh, Ted's short.
And it hits. Yeah. It hits Ted with a neuronic lash for 7.
Okay.
So it's kind of like 7 stun damage. And it's one. It's kind of locked on to Ted, and it stirred up a bunch of like rocks coming down from the ceiling. So the next thing to attack, it's going to take 1 setback. And next PC.
You want to go before I jump in there again?
Sure. I can shoot. I think yeah. He's still kind of hanging out the window.
Yeah, it is short to you. It's swinging at Ted on the opposite side of this hunchback.
Okay. Aim and shoot. Any setbacks?
Yes, there's a setback from the dust falling from the ceiling.
dusty environs. Okie dokie. Hey!
Hey.
Fuck's on fire.
Yeah.
At least one.
Yep. 8 damage, 2 pierce.
How do you kill it?
Woo! Shooting its stupid robot face. And it sparks a little bit and vibrates like, and a bunch of screws and bolts explode.
It blows out its tail. Its arms go limp and it collapses to the ground. Everyone roll a cool check.
Christ, so sick.
Oh, what can I get for a triumph?
Triumph on a cool check, I think, give you 3 strain.
Oh.
3 strain relief is what he means.
Whoa, 2 triumphs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like I think that's like that gave you like 8 strain removal.
Yep.
That's
that
pretty
was
awesome.
that was all of my strain. Lovely.
Nice.
Advantages does nothing, right? Advantages.
No, advantages don't do anything.
A whiff.
Wounds. Advantages.
Yeah.
No,
Advantages heal wounds.
no.
Nice try.
All right, and you have beaten those 3 things in the cave. Nice work. And the cave, this cave that you are in is well ventilated and somewhat lit, and those things are all kind of out, and you see back in the distance some creatures that are like slowly walking towards you, and counting them, you see 10 creatures walking towards you. And it is 12:10 a.m. I'm guessing you guys need to quit at some point.
We lost Mookie might not be here, and we lost Raquan.